again, back to the time that I met you, right? We just, I think there's one book that you always repeat again and again at a time.
Is it one book or one author?
Or could be both. that book, that white covered book, right? I think.
The white covered by Haruki Murakami.
Yes. So
I
I
think it
thought
was Colorless Suturu Tazaki, I think is the title of the name. It was a Japanese version.
Yeah. It's something like, yeah, because I saw that book somewhere in Popular or whatnot. So it's just not you're getting into tech as well. You're also reading, and because that's like a stereotype. You just play games, you don't read books, because like reading books is actually like a detox to your brain somehow, some way.
Yes, definitely.
And also with the world right now that we have a lot of information that we can get, why bother read books that only have a freaking, it's so boring. I mean, if you put it that way, but unless if your imagination is strong, like back to Haruki Murakami, how do you find that books? How do you find that author, and then why you hook with them so much?
Okay, from Haruki Murakami is a well-known author, and he primarily has novels that the ones I'm most interested in are of the Bildungsroman, I believe how you say that genre, where it's young adult coming into adult life, the main kind of story. There's a lot of it actually. If you in various forms of media, that kind of structure, and I quite enjoy it because it shows the development of a character and their perspectives as life happens around them. And Murakami does it in a surreal, weird kind of way, but enjoyable and entertaining, and also horny. Because if you actually read the book,
No, I haven't.
Okay, you haven't.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, Murakami, I enjoyed it. I enjoy his books because he's very Americanized for a Japanese author, because he takes influence. He always writes about music, Western music or Western places. So something you can tend to try relate to more in his weird storytelling way. I do recommend his book, but sometimes a few of the scenes you have to brace yourself.
Okay. So he's like he wrote that in Japanese and it been translated.
Yeah,
or
it is translated
I thought
by.
he just write in English.
No, he has a translator, and I can't recall the translator's name off the top of my head, but
Don't you think that the delivery is weird? Because I've read a Japanese book one, but that one he wrote it straight from. He's a Japanese and he wrote in English. So, of course, the sentence construction is a little bit weird. Probably he, like, I'm talking in Malay and then I'm writing it in English, so it doesn't make sense. And I need to have the understanding of that literature or whatever culture that they have. Don't you have that same kind of vibe when you first read Murakami's work? Or
None at all. I think that's one of the reasons why Murakami is so popular, because it feels very natural in his in the writing. You feel like you are actually reading. It tends to go over Japanese characters, but the personality and mindset of the characters is very westernized, so it's easy for most people to
relate.
relate. Yeah, it doesn't. You don't feel. I read a book. I forgot the name of. I think it was in the perspective of a Chinese woman in 1800s. And from reading that book, I forgot the name. I should really remember it. But it's a popular book. Basically, it goes over the perspective of that Chinese woman growing up during that time, and you could feel there's slight getting used to the culture when you read that. But if you read Murakami, you can feel like it's just a standard
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
really standard. I'm saying more, or as in, it's westernized in a way that it's
Mhm.
easy to follow. It's
Mhm.
yeah. I
So,
mean,
so you just only read like fiction book, or have you ever tried a non-fiction one then?
non-fictions.
Or you're not a
Yeah,
fan of that?
I have. I mean, of course, but it's not something that I pick up for entertainment. I mean, yeah, it does. I find the entertainment in non-fiction being seeing, yes, kind of the same thing, seeing perspective on a topic.
Mm-mm.
If it's about something that I'm either interested to know about or passionate in.
Mhm.
Mm, for me, you mentioned that, right? Reading books can be boring,
Mhm.
which is true. Especially now, I find all platforms have shorts,
Mhm.
where it's hard to maintain focus on a single topic
Yeah.
because you get fed
Yeah.
a lot of
Short
different.
attention span.
Yeah, you're
Something like
getting
that.
short attention. So books are really necessary in training your brain to fight that. Because even I'm not immune to that. Sometimes I doom scroll too.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I find that a week, I mean, if I go a few weeks without reading a book, my vocabulary will diminish quite a bit.
Oh,
And yeah, especially if I just scroll
doom
that sort of
scrolling.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And given how in your working environment, you don't really converse or
Mm.
use difficult
The big words, right? Yeah.
languages to communicate, which is fine. Communication, the most important part is people understanding
Mhm.
you, but still, sometimes you want to challenge your brain to
Mhm.
use things that you aren't usually using,
Yeah.
and maybe would more accurately describe the situation.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, reading a book would definitely expand your vocabulary. I mean, depending on the author and the book.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Or you have just go for it for the information. So like for now, do you have like any current readings that you're doing?
right now,
Yeah. Any ongoing books that you are put in pause?
yeah,
for now?
on pause definitely. I have a lot on pause.
I have
definitely.
2 on pause. One of it, like, I'm not sure. For me, the last book that I've read fiction was it's so mainstream. Uh, the 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 Goblet of Fire.
Oh wow! Why
Yeah.
you throw back to?
It was
Ah.
so mainstream. Plus, it's in Malay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not sure why. And then like my dad's called me, why you read that? Like, you should have not like waste your time reading all that stuff and whatever. But yeah, my sister still reads novel and she likes it. But for me, and then after that, I just not a fan of um fiction. I'm more of a non-fiction, and I'm more on the. I mean, I'm currently reading the Gulag Archipelago. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correct.
Uh,
Archipelago,
the Gula,
the Gulag.
the Gulag,
The Gulag, yeah, the
archipelago.
Gulag. It's a
Okay.
Gulag. Oh, I'm so white. Gulag. Like they pronounce Tupac as Tupac.
Tupac.
Yeah, and then Jay-Z is called him like it's Tupac, man. So yeah, I'm sticking with the Gulag. The Gulag Archipelago, and from I think a Russian author, back then Soviet Union, Alexander Solzhenitsyn. I just find it fascinating that the facts that between 1914 till 1940-ish, 60-ish, until the death of Stalin, um, they have this concentration camp, like arresting people left and right, just political prisoners, and make them work until till they die, and then around 60 to 80 million people die because of that accumulatively. And then it's just been swept under the rug. I'm not trying to like point at things out, but it's just I think it needs to be more well known or mainstream, or I don't know, like whatever. I mean, everybody knows Adolf Hitler, and unanimously agreed as the most evil person in the world history, which I doubt. I mean, if you want to talk about the quantity, the numbers, and then put it side by side. I mean, Stalin kills more, Mao kills more, but why don't you have that that person on top of Hitler. Not trying to make them okay. This is a competition: who kills more, who kills less, and you don't care less about them, care more about Mao and whatever communism and whatnot. But it's just fascinating, yeah, because I'm now more towards on like that kind of direction, trying to study history, especially what happens to the war, to the the politics nowadays, the geopolitical things and everything. I'm not sure if you're a fan of that. I don't think we ever, for the past years that we've ever talked, I don't think we've ever talked about that, right? Or
Yeah,
you're not really a fan to talk
I am a
about
big
it.
fan of history, actually.
Yeah.
History was my best subject.
Oh wow,
Back in
that
school.
doesn't translate to you. I thought it was like mathematics or something.
Mathematics, yes. At math, no.
Oh wow.
But
Who can say
history,
that, but yes.
history is my favorite because it's basically just you're reading about. Yeah, it's like a book, like a story. You're reading a story, but of things that actually happen. And I think what you're saying about how certain figures are considered more impactful than most is because of it might be recency bias during. Well, I mean, at the time, the media and all that existed.
I mean, they have their own kind of media back then, but
Yeah.